Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Now we'll discuss about the case study of phase shift keying in its use in satellite communications. Okay, discuss the topics about 2 minutes. Let us start the discussion later. So the phase shift keying in the modulation technique is mainly used in military communication where the data is transmitted in a secure, efficient and a robust manner. So according to this, it mainly explains it uses in various units such as satellite communication and about in the anti-jamming process and also in unmanned vehicle and in the underwater communication. So let us discuss about the topics in detail.
So I'll talk about the introduction. So modulation is a technique where we will modify the carrier signal. The carrier signal can be a signal that carries information such as video or text or some kind of information. For example, it can also be radio waves. These waves they are transmitted through mediums such as air or cable, such mediums. So when they are transmitted, there are chances of distortion or loss of the quality of the signal. So to overcome this, we are modulating the signal. And when we modulate the signal, there is no signal loss or data loss. And modulated signals are used for long distance communication, wireless communication, satellite communication, and various other fields. And there are two types of modulation. One is analog modulation, and the other one is digital modulation, which will be further explained.
So I'm going to talk about the modulation techniques. In modulation techniques, there are two types: analog modulation and digital modulation. So analog modulation is used to transmit the analog signals such as videos, audios, etc. over a carrier signal. So it comprises of three types like analog amplitude modulation, frequency modulation and phase modulation. So firstly, in the amplitude modulation, the amplitude of the carrier wave is varied according to the signal and it is applied in the aviation communication. Secondly, frequency modulation, the frequency of the carrier is varied according to the carrier signal. So it is applied in the broadcast communication. Thirdly, phase modulation. Phase modulation is phase of the carrier is changed according to the signal and it is applied in wireless communication. So the second type is digital modulation. In digital modulation is used to transmit the digital data like binary numbers over different mediums. It consists of four types like amplitude shift keying, phase shift keying, frequency shift keying and quadrature amplitude modulation. So amplitude shift keying is frequency and phase are kept constant and amplitude is varied and it is applied in optical fiber communication. Frequency shift keying, the frequency of the carrier is varied and it is used in Bluetooth communication. Phase shift keying, the phase of the carrier is changed and it is used in the satellite communication. Finally, the quadrature amplitude modulation, both phase and the frequency are combined to process the higher data and it is applied in cable TV communication.
Advantages of modulation. First is efficient use of bandwidth. Second, noise reduction. Third, long distance communication. Fourth is compatibility with various media. And fifth is improved data rates. For the first, efficient use of bandwidth utilization. The modulation ensures utilization of available bandwidth and it should be transmitted without any interference. Second is noise reduction. The signal is transmitted without the impact of noise, so ensures clear signal. Third is long distance communication. It is transmitted over a vast distance, enabling a global connectivity. Fourth is compatibility with various media. It adapts the signal for transmission through various media like radio waves, optical fibers and cables. Improved data rates. Techniques like QAM ensures higher data rates.
I'm going to talk about the disadvantage. First is complex implementation, as it required advanced technique. It is difficult and costly to implement. And next is energy consuming. Modulation is energy consuming, mainly the wireless communication. And next is it is sensitive to noise, which actually affects the quality of the signal. And next is cost of equipment. The hardware expenses more, so the overall expenses are way too little bit higher.
So let me conclude their points. So modulation is essential for modern technologies, systems to transmit signals over long distances. So it ensures data integrity, reduces noise, and it optimizes bandwidth, making it vital part of technologies like radio, television, and internet.
And added to her, this phase shift keying is mainly used to develop a phase estimation algorithm which uses various spread spectrum techniques such as frequency hopping spread spectrum and a direct sequence spread spectrum. And with this, it mainly gives the efficient use of bandwidth and also the effective communication. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am.